The free agency has started about 22 days ago, and one would think that after going 8th last season and getting smacked by Denver in the playoffs, the Lakers would try to get better as fast as they can. But in the last 22 days, the Lakers have done virtually nothing, besides re-signing LeBron and participating in the draft. So it seems like the Lakers are screwed. Or are they? Well, not really. There are still a few moves that they could make to improve the team immensely, and I'm going to show you how I would do it if I was the Lakers GM. So, let's get it. Also, as you can see, for the purposes of this video, I'm rocking the great Kobe. Now let's start with the center, because while I realized that the Lakers wanted Chris Paul and wanted Klay Thompson and Jonas Valanciunas, I think that Jonas Valanciunas was the biggest blow they took by not getting him. I think that a tall big that can stretch the floor could really help the Lakers. But it's not too late, because there's still one guy that's similar to Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Nikola Vucevic. And while I realize that Vucevic is not the same player he was in Orlando, he's still good enough shooter to stretch the floor for the Lakers. Anthony Davis could go back to his preferred position at the 4, which, he can get some rebounds, he can shoot the ball. If he could shoot at over 30%, I think that would be enough. He doesn't have to go for 40. I think Vucevic is a great fit, especially next to LeBron, who likes to have shooters around him. And the Bulls would probably be looking to trade Vucevic anyways, so here's my preferred trade for Woods, which would benefit both teams. So, as you can see in this proposed trade, the Lakers trade D'Angelo Russell and Christian Wood for Nikola Vucevic. I think that would benefit both teams. The Bulls will be looking into trading Vucevic, so the Lakers get a stretch big, and the Bulls get also a younger big Christian Wood, who has some potential, and they get D'Angelo Russell, who they would probably be looking into trading with a third team. And in this scenario, the Lakers are trading D'Angelo Russell, who's their starting point guard, but they need to improve at the point guard position anyways, so it's not a big deal. And I actually expanded this deal. I'm gonna show a second version of that in a moment, where the Lakers get Lonzo Ball as well. We know Lonzo haven't played for a long time, but he's coming back next season, supposedly, and, well, his value is down, of course, but when he played, he was a great defender in his early, Chicago Bulls days before he went down with an injury. He was a great defender, he was a great shooter, and, well, he was a good shooter, let's say, and he was also a great playmaker, which is everything that the Lakers would need from their point guard. So the trade that I came up with is here. So the trade starts off the same way the last one did, with D'Angelo Russell and Christian Wood for Nikola Vucevic, but I've expanded it to also include Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt for Lonzo Ball. I think that would be pretty equal, and even for both teams, the Bulls get Christian Wood and Vanderbilt, younger players. They can trade D'Angelo Russell and Gabe Vincent for some draft capital, and the Lakers get better with Lonzo Ball and Nikola Vucevic. So now the starting lineup for the Lakers would be Lonzo Ball, Dalton Knecht, LeBron James, Anthony Davis and Nikola Vucevic, which means they would get more shooting around LeBron and also more defense with Lonzo Ball in the backcourt. Nikola Vucevic is not a great defender, but he would have Anthony Davis next to him, which would make up for his lack of defense. Of course, we know that trading for Lonzo Ball is risky. He hasn't played in a long time, he's had a severe injury, and we don't know if the player that comes back will be the same as before he left. And if the Lakers don't feel safe enough trading for Lonzo, there's another option. They could also trade for Malcolm Brogdon, who fits just as well as Lonzo does. He's also a great defender, he's also a good shooter, he's also a great playmaker. I just think that trading for Lonzo would be better and easier, because they would already be making a trade with the Chicago Bulls, so it would just be about expanding the deal, and the Chicago Bulls would most likely want to trade Lonzo Ball anyways, as they got Josh Giddey recently. Now in this scenario the starting lineup looks pretty good, so we would need to take care of the bench as well. And the bench is really young for the Lakers. They need some veterans, So I thought of a deal that would help them immensely, which is trading Rui Hachimura for Steven Adams. I'm gonna show this deal right now. So it's simply a swap of Steven Adams and Rui Hachimura. Steven Adams was injured last season, he had a knee surgery, so his value is down, and the Rockets don't really need him anyways, as they are a rebuilding team. They would value a younger player more, which is Rui Hachimura. The Lakers get a veteran in this deal off the bench to help the younger guys, and the Rockets get a younger player with some potential. And one more player that I would like the Lakers to get would be Tyus Jones. He's still, for some reason, a free agent, and he would be an incredible backup point guard for them. He's a great playmaker. He had last season for the Wizards an incredible assist to turnover ratio, and he would be a perfect backup, but he also is competent enough to start for the Lakers in case Lonzo Ball would go out with an injury. Now to the young guys. Dalton Knecht, first, of course, incredible talent. I'm surprised he fell all the way down to the Lakers. He's an incredibly promising player, mainly because of his offensive ability, scoring and shooting from deep. I mean, he can shoot any way he wants, off screens, off dribble, off balance, catch and shoots. He's a bit like Klay Thompson in that way. He also moves really well without the ball and cuts to the basket. He's more of a small forward, but he can play shooting guard as well, and I think he would thrive in that position, next to LeBron especially. Defensively, he's not great one-on-one, but he's a good defender of ball, and having a guy like Lonzo Ball, who's a great defender next to him, would help a lot. And from what we've seen in Summer League already, I think he's more than ready to start for the Lakers. Next, Bronny James. I'm still wondering whether or not he's ready for the NBA. Of course, he's a second-round pick, and we know that people are looking at him like he was a lottery pick. He started off pretty bad in the Summer League, but once he got his confidence up, he was playing much better, and I really think that with Bronny James, it's mostly about whether or not he can be confident enough, whether or not he can play under pressure. His shooting splits are terrible, of course, but he does have a good-looking shooting form, which leaves plenty of hope that he can improve his efficiency. He can find open teammates, he can dribble, but he's not the best at it. He would need to improve that if he wants to be better at creating his own shot. Defensively, he's looking very good. He hustles a lot, though sometimes it looks like he starts slacking, so he needs to work on that. But overall, I think that he can make a solid role player in the NBA. A player that I was positively surprised by was last year's second-round pick Maxwell Lewis. He plays really well in Summer League. He shows flashes of a good 3-and-D player. He cuts to the basket well, he moves well without the ball, he can create his own shot, he's pretty explosive, he hustles a lot, and he's overall a talented scorer. He probably won't get many minutes for the Lakers, but he would be good for depth anyways. So, if the Lakers do all of those moves, they would end up with a rotation of Lonzo Ball, Dalton Knecht, LeBron James, Anthony Davis and Vucevic, and off the bench Tyus Jones, Austin Reeves, Bronny James, Cam Reddish, Maxwell Lewis, Steven Adams and Jackson Hayes. I think that would be a good rotation, enough for them to compete for a championship, and I'm going to break down why exactly that is. We know that LeBron James needs 3-point shooters around him, and in this scenario he would have Lonzo Ball, who's a good shooter, Dalton Knecht, who's incredible, AD, who, well, not that great, but he can occasionally shoot them, and Vucevic, who's an alright 3-point shooter. Defensively, of course, AD, one of the best defenders in the league, Lonzo Ball, one of the best at his position, so they would make up a lot for Vucevic and Dalton Knecht not being, up there defensively. I think that this rotation would be ready for anything. I think that the team would be much better than they were, and I really hope that the Lakers do some of those moves or any moves that they want as soon as they can, because I don't want to see them trading half the team at trade deadline again, only to well, fail miserably yet again. We've seen that happen a few times already, and it looks like they might be going in that direction again. So, that's all from me today. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and let me know in the comments what moves would you make as a Lakers GM. See you soon, peace.